high efficiencies extract the maximum amount of heat and cool the exhaust gas so that it can go out a plastic pipe. So we're going to open this up and look inside. So mid-efficiency furnaces have an exhaust blower here, and what that's doing is that's taking the combustion gases through a long path through the heat exchanger, so that as the air is blowing across the heat exchanger, it's drawing the heat, and then the exhaust blower blows the exhaust out through the metal chimney. Your filter here. So on furnaces, you should be changing this type of filter every 3 months. Spring, summer, winter, fall.
What happens if you don't do that?
If you don't change the filter frequently enough, it gets plugged up with dust. It restricts the airflow through the furnace. In the winter time, when the furnace is trying to run, the lack of airflow causes the furnace to overheat, and it'll cut out on high limit. Okay, so that's putting excessive heat on your furnace. Then it cuts out prematurely, and then it starts to cycle. So your house won't come up to the appropriate temperature. The furnace will heat up, cool down, heat up, cool down. Puts excessive stress on your furnace. That's why it's very important to change your filter every 3 months. Also, there's an arrow on the filter. The arrow is supposed to point towards the furnace. Okay? This one's in backwards. And we're not going to turn it around because there's already dust on this side. Okay. So when you move in, get a new filter and make sure the arrow points towards the furnace.
Will that cause any issues or anything?
Yeah. What about the electrostatic ones? Do you suggest using those? Like, you know, the ones you can clean and wash? Or?
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in the electrostatic filters. What the new furnace people are putting in are 4 or 5 inch wide filters. Okay, so instead of a 1 inch wide filter, they're putting in a rack where you can put in a 4 inch wide filter. The benefit of that is that if you look at the filter, it's like an accordion, right? The filter media goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you stretch that filter out, you'd have about 15 feet of filter.
Right.
Whereas here, you've only got 2 feet of filter.
Right.
So it's a much better system with the wider filters.